Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk. My name's Karli Barnett. We want to give you a look at some of the stories that we are following for your Saturday evening. Now, I know we are on here a little bit later than we usually are, but that's because we are trying to get some details about some breaking news that is happening right now. If you live in Clayton County, if you have to drive through Clayton County, you're going to want to listen to this because I'm going to go ahead and tell you to plan a different way. Take a look at what we are seeing right now. This is happening in real time. What we are seeing is a crash that happened on I-675 southbound. This is past State Road 138 and Stockbridge Road. Right now, all lanes going southbound are closed. We are still working to get some sort of confirmation as to what exactly happened here, but you can see there's a fire truck out there, ambulance, police, lots of sirens, and just basically a big mess that we are seeing right now. So this happened just about half an hour ago, around 4:15. They say that it won't be clear until at least 6 o'clock p.m. So hopefully they can handle, looks like the fire truck is moving. It's unclear if it's moving out of the way or if it's leaving the scene altogether, but they said that there was a crash that took place, I-675 southbound near Stockbridge Road. All lanes currently closed going southbound. You can get a visual of where this exactly is, but at this point, it's still clear what exactly took place. We don't know if anybody was injured, the extent of those injuries, if anybody was injured, or the circumstances that led up to this accident. Of course, it is summertime. We know a lot of you are out on the roads, traveling. It's the weekend. It's a beautiful weekend, so I'm sure many of you out and about. So if you live in Clayton County, it looks like we have a better visual here. Looks like a black SUV. Looks like it might be damaged in some way, but like I said, it's still just a little bit tough to see from this image. This is from our GDOT camera, Georgia Department of Transportation camera. So we're going to continue to monitor this accident. We will keep you posted both on air and online. But in the meantime, especially if you are having to deal with traffic, or you know someone who is, this is a really good time to go ahead and download our Atlanta News First app. It is free to use, and you can get breaking news notifications sent directly to your phone. So if you want to know more about what is happening with this crash, we are going to stay on top of it through our social media accounts, through our website. And yeah, certainly not the type of backup that you like to see, especially when people are trying to go out and about on their Saturday evening. They are not anticipating this clears until 6 o'clock at the earliest. So if anything changes, of course, continue to check back with Atlanta News First, and we will keep you posted on what is happening there. In the meantime, I did want to get to some other stories that we are following today. This is one that I actually, we've been covering now for the last 3 weeks or so. I personally covered this past week. This is a 12-year-old girl, Maria Perez Gomez, who is missing in Gainesville. Her father spoke exclusively with Atlanta News First, saying that he has no idea what happened, but back on May 29th, she vanished from their driveway in their home in Gainesville, and there has been a massive search effort trying to find her, trying to bring Maria home. And today there was a prayer service that was held with people all around the city of Gainesville, all around the surrounding communities from Hall County, rallying together and trying to get some answers for this family. Our reporter Asia Wilson was out there. This is how the day went.
Only God that has the last word.
With heads bowed, eyes closed, and hands lifted.
Prayer has power.
One by one,
Intercede and we cry out.
people from all over Gainesville came together to pray. The 12-year-old Maria Gomez Perez returns home safe and alive after she has been missing for 3 weeks.
It touches our hearts because this is not just a 12-year-old Guatemalan girl. This is a young girl that's missing from home, that needs to be with her parents and family.
Art Gallegos Jr. is a community leader in Hall County and one of the organizers of the prayer service. He's making his plea loud and clear.
And this could be a family member. It could be my niece. It could be your niece. It could be your daughter. It could be my daughter. So it's important and it's imperative that we unite as one body of Christ, as one person. That's one people.
According to the Hall County Sheriff's Office, Maria was last seen on May 29th in her driveway on Westside Drive in Gainesville, just off of Pearl Nicks Parkway. Since then, Stefan Javier LeBron Jr., a well-known taxi driver in the city, has been sounding the alarm.
I have a daughter that's almost 4 years old, and I have a son that's 1. So I try to apply those same principles as if this happened to my children. Everyone deserves to be treated equally. I love her and I care about her. I don't know her personally.
But his own personal story.
Lost my brother last year in August. He was killed.
And his faith has been fueling his efforts.
I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and I know that we should love one another, treat each other as God treats us as his children. And I won't give up until she's found.
And now they hope with prayer, unity, and your support, a positive outcome will surface very soon.
They're keeping our hopes up high. We're praying, and we just want to make sure that people in Georgia knows about this.
In Gainesville, Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.
Maria Gomez Perez, 12 years old, from Gainesville, has not been seen in more than 3 weeks now. As you can see, the community coming together, local officials coming together, churches and other groups all coming together to try to figure out what happened to Maria. They all have the same goal, and that is to reunite her with her family and bring her home safely. If you know anything, you can call 911 right away. You can also call the Hall County Sheriff's Office. We have those numbers in various stories on atlantanewsfirst.com. You can make any tips anonymously. This is a 12-year-old girl who, at this point, there are still so many questions as to what happened. But we do know that there are round-the-clock efforts being made. There are the flyers that you saw all around town. We even saw food delivery drivers having those flyers on the bags of delivering food. We've seen them up in fast food windows. We've seen them at various intersections, gas stations, just trying to get the word out and trying to get everyone to see her image. She is also on the website, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So if you know anything, again, you can make these tips anonymously. You can call 911. You can call the Hall County Sheriff's Office specifically. But this is a multi-agency effort, and as you can see, multi-person effort to try to bring her home and reunite her with her family. Again, continue checking back with Atlanta News First. We are going to stay on top of this search and bring you any updates just as soon as we learn them. Shifting gears here a little bit, it was a beautiful day out today, and honestly, a beautiful day for a parade. We had our Atlanta News First team out there at the Juneteenth parade today. These are just some of the highlights, of course. It was a big day with lots of music, lots of dancing, lots going on. Of course, Juneteenth was celebrated on the 19th, was recognized on the 19th, but we were celebrating today here in Atlanta. This is the Juneteenth Atlanta Black History Parade, and it's part of the 12th annual Juneteenth Atlanta Parade and Music Festival. It started near the King Center on Auburn Avenue Northeast, and it ended at Piedmont Park, where there's a whole festival awaiting everybody. As you can see, it features floats, flyover jets, dance troops, marching bands, dignitaries.
What's the coolest thing you've seen
every
so far?
city in Georgia.
The Army.
And a whole lot more, of course. Meanwhile, the festival has food vendors, musical performances, even different pageants and cultural activities. You can see everybody out there so excited. One of the organizers tells us that the event is focused on the youth paving the way for a more inclusive future. Telling us, quote, "I think it's going to be an excellent opportunity for Atlanta's biggest melting pot. This even appeals to everyone because it's about freedom." So we had you covered here at Atlanta News First. Maybe you weren't able to go out in person, but we did broadcast this on Peachtree TV. And hey, maybe you said I missed it on TV. Well, don't worry. We're going to have all the highlights for you tonight on Atlanta News First if you join us. Or if you go to our website right now, atlantanewsfirst.com, you can see a whole gallery, a whole slideshow full of photos, videos, clips, highlights from today's parade. So a great event. Everyone getting to get out, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy this beautiful weather, and enjoy this weekend here in Atlanta. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I do want to just take us back really quick to look at this accident. If you are just now joining us, it looks like there is a wrecker that seems to be hauling this black, it looks like it might be a black SUV onto the back of it. The fire truck has since moved out of the way. The ambulance has since moved out of the way. And now we see some police vehicles at least starting to pull over to the side there. At this point, we don't know what exactly happened, but we do know that some sort of crash. This is on I-675 southbound in Clayton County, past State Road 138 and Stockbridge Road. All lanes going southbound currently closed. They anticipate that this will be clear around 6 o'clock, so at least another hour. If you know somebody who's coming this way, then go ahead and give them a heads up that they may want to find another route, because even though they say 6 o'clock, we're not exactly sure the timeline here because we are still working to figure out what took place. Continue to check back with us on AtlantaNewsFirst.com through our Atlanta News First app. We don't know who all was involved in this accident or if there were any injuries as a result, but we are going to continue to stay on top of this. And you can join us tonight on Atlanta News First, however you want to watch us. If you want to watch us on TV, your streaming platforms, or through AtlantaNewsFirst.com, we want to make sure we have you covered wherever you go. All right, we'll go ahead and take you back out here live. Remember, you can also join us tonight at 8 o'clock. That is when the lovely anchor Tori Cooper will be joining, as well as First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin. That is a great opportunity. If you have weather questions about your area, you want to know more about how you can plan the rest of your weekend, that is a great opportunity to do that. You can ask your questions, and we will have updates on all of these stories that I've just brought you now. So everybody stay safe, take care, and have a great rest of your Saturday.